Welcome to Born for Greatness, a Rev'd podcast here to inspire you to pursue your greatest potential. I'm Clyde Sims.
And I'm Alyssa Panozzi.
We're your hosts.
Together, we're sitting down with courageous, inspiring, and resilient individuals to hear about their journeys towards greatness.
Welcome, everyone. Here today, he's from Buffalo, New York. He's the oldest of five boys, the oldest. Comes from a fitness and entrepreneur family, entrepreneur himself, Gordon Gronkowski. Gordy, welcome.
Clyde, thanks for having me. Alyssa, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming.
Super pumped. I'm already like in dance mode, like when I'm with you two. It's crazy.
We're ready. That's going to be a fun one.
Yes, yeah. All right, we're going to take it to the beginning. Gordy, before Gronkowski became a household name, as it is now these days, what was it like growing up in Buffalo, a Gronkowski?
Well, there's a lot of stories, as you could imagine, you know, with my four younger brothers. But the biggest thing growing up in Buffalo is, you know, that's where like I feel like our values came from. And I really feel like that's how we carry ourselves today. It's, you know, we grinded our whole life up there, and you know, with the seasons, because we're three sport athletes, you know, and growing up we always played like hockey, basketball, football, baseball, and you know, coming from that type of mentality of just switching sports, you know, busy 24/7, you know, it made us kind of the people we are today. And, you know, without our parents like helping us get out of Buffalo, we probably wouldn't be where we are today, because no one comes up there to like recruit you. You know, no one comes to really check out if you're good at sports. And if you're good in Buffalo, that doesn't really say much if you go to Florida or you go to Texas or you go to California, you know. And so that was the biggest thing, is like understanding, like as we got older throughout like middle school and high school, yeah, we were really good athletes, right? But then all of a sudden my dad and mom were like, hey, you have to leave your hometown to get to where you really want to get to. And like that being said, when you're 16, 17 years old, is actually like, wait, what? Yeah. Because no one really tells you that. Just my parents saw that vision and they knew we were good athletes, but we had to get out of home. Like if I went to the University of Buffalo or Canisius, somewhere in my hometown, then my brothers probably would have went there. And then we probably all would have just been partying the whole time, and none of us would have got to playing pro sports.
Yeah.
So when you really think of the process in every step of the way, you know, I'm really thankful, you know, that our parents like helped me get out, because once I left and I had success in Florida, you know, my brothers left, and then all five of us left. And, you know, the goal wasn't obviously to have five of us play professional sports, you know, all four of my younger brothers playing in the NFL. But the goal was just to hopefully, you know, get a scholarship. So my parents didn't have to pay for five of our, you know, scholarships. So it just worked out that we all ended up playing professional sports. But yeah, that's, you know, it's crazy though, the grind when you're in the snow and then you're in the, you know, the sun. Like my baseball games, you know, I only played 15 games a year and half of them were in the snow.
Yep. Which gotta be dangerous, right? White ball, or did you play with a different color ball? No, because the soccer, they play with a different color ball. They throw an orange
but we
ball
still played, because you're only going to get about 12 games in plus the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So but they didn't follow you. You played a different sport, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I was the only one to play baseball, and people are like, how come you never played football? Well, it's a pretty funny story. Two things. One, I went to 2 Little League World Series as a kid playing baseball. So that's already that was already a pretty incredible, you know, thing to do as a kid.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is, I went out for one tryout my senior year, and my brother Dan was the sophomore starting quarterback. And when he fired those balls in there to me, I jammed all my fingers, and I came home that day and said, Dad, I ain't playing football. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's like that.
That was it. That was the end of my football career.
So
you want to know the best thing about it? In the newspaper the next week, it said players to watch. And I was like one of the top players to watch for the football season that year.
But you didn't play.
Yeah, that's why it was great.
Can you? So baseball was your sport. Can you walk us through your baseball career and what it was like for you?
Yeah, so, you know, going to 2 Little League World Series, obviously I had more love for baseball probably, you know, than any other sport.
Yeah.
But the biggest challenges, like we were just talking about, is like, how do you get out of Buffalo to go play baseball? You know, the University of Buffalo was the closest D1 school to me. No fans. Yeah. They played at a regular rec, Park Center. And is that really baseball compared to like when you go down south? No, not at all. And no scouts really come up there. No one really watches you. So it's like, how do you get out of there? And without my dad, he said, hey, let's get on a plane. We're going to fly down south and you can try out for community colleges because you can't try out for a Division I school, but we can stop by the school. So we set up all these appointments in Florida. And the crazy thing was all the schools told me no. They're like, no,
Really?
you can't play. You're just, little goofy, you're taller. Cause I was like 6'2" at the time, 190, my uncoordinated big guy, so I had a letter from Jacksonville University and it doesn't, letters come in for sports, but it doesn't really mean much a lot of times. My dad's like, hey, we're down here for a reason. Let's just drive up there. So I drove up there. This one coach was like, dude, you're a big dude. You look athletic. He's like, send us some videos. So that relates that it went well there at JU. And then I went to Tallahassee to Florida State and they're like, no, you can never play for Florida State. So to me, it just kept putting more motivation in my head,
Mm-hmm.
So Tallahassee Community College let me try out and they told me I'd make the team if I came down and redshirted my freshman year. I used just that motivation, inspiration from Tallahassee Community College to kind of weigh it up against Jacksonville, and Jacksonville offered me a walk-on opportunity.
Wow.
And when I went to JU, my parents were completely supportive of it. Probably the best thing I ever did. Hardest thing I ever did, because me and my brothers are so close. We're all 2 years apart. We have our own basketball team, the five of us.
Yeah, you do.
We took on the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We did everything to motivate each other and we're around each other. So it's probably one of the hardest things I had to do. But when I got down there, first 3 months, I was so homesick. But I learned how to become balanced my schedule better. I learned how to become a better leader. Because you know how it is playing sports. All of us in here is you have workouts in the morning, then you have class every single day, all day long. And then you have your baseball practice. Then you have your study hall, your dinner and study hall. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And what I did is I put up all the goals next to my bed of like every school that told me I couldn't play. And then I thought of every person in Buffalo who told me I couldn't make it. So I woke up every morning, I read that goal sheet, and I outworked all my teammates who were on full scholarships. They were already drafted. Like, it's a different world in Florida,
Oh, I'm sure.
So half my team was already drafted, but they decided to come to college. And I was one of the few, there's 3 walk-ons a year they usually allow. So I was a preferred walk-on. And I just used that as motivation every morning. I said, I'm going to outwork everyone in the classroom. I'm going to outwork everyone on the field. And that's what I did. And that's what means so much to me, because my freshman year, I was freshman player of the year, Division I. My sophomore year, I ended up having back surgery. Unfortunately, it kind of hindered my career, but to this day, I earned myself a full scholarship because of it. And I learned my values from Buffalo and the grind to take that down south. Because I think a lot of people down south who are playing like sports year round, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, they kind of lose that motivation sometimes because they're just playing the same sport every day, all day long. And me, I didn't. So baseball, I was like, I'm just going to outwork everyone. And that's what I literally did. I hired a speed coach to help with my footwork. I just took practice and everything as serious as possible. And, the rest was history. And I was fortunate enough to get drafted my senior year, get a full degree, and a full scholarship.
Incredible.
That's wild, yeah. And the belief in that your father had for you to take you down there. What does it mean to you?
Well, I think everything, and as a lot of people see, my dad's, we all look up to my pops, and he keeps us till this day. Everything goes through him, even business, even everything. So we lean on him to really help us make the right decisions, not with things we do in tough decisions, or we can have the trust in him to have a conversation that might be a tough conversation. So it means a lot. My pops has been there every single day, all day long. He tries to fly to every one of our games.
Yeah.
So it means a lot, because without my mom and dad being like, hey, you got to get out of here. Like, I would have probably went to a regular school.
Mm-hmm.
I would never have got drafted. My brothers probably would have followed me because we were so close. And, who knows?
Yeah.
We're probably, most of us wouldn't have, maybe all 5 of us wouldn't have played.
Yeah. I mean,
Pro
do
sport.
you feel like you learned more about yourself moving? I mean, basically moving down there. Right?
Yeah. Oh, well, you definitely do.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go on your own and
Yeah.
you're used to living with your family and your brothers, and now you're on your own in a little dorm room that, when you look at it now, it's a dump.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
these beds were so uncomfortable. A single bed for a guy who's 6'6",
Yeah.
you know.
I had that problem too. I'm not quite as tall, but those little twin beds.
Yeah. We had
Yeah.
the single beds, not even the twin bed.
Yeah.
So you learn a lot though. And I think the biggest thing I learned too is just like how to be organized and really how to stay like balanced and how to like be a leader, because it's tough. And being a pro athlete and an athlete in college, there is so much thrown at you and you can get distracted so easily.
Yeah.
And I saw it happen with my roommate, who was a 10th round pick. He was supposed to sign for $350,000. I came out as a walk-on. He already failed out after his sophomore year. He was throwing 94 miles an hour, 6'6", 210 pounds. And I looked up to him when I went in there, and I could have went the same way he went, being my roommate. And being a walk-on, and followed someone who was successful already. But at 18, 19, 20 years old, he lost that ambition and, didn't want to go to school anymore, and, ended up failing out. And like, to me, it was like, wow, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you probably would have been in the MLB if you just would have went and signed the contract out of high school.
Yeah.
Now you're washing cars around the corner, which is fine.
Yeah.
But not when you have that much talent and you worked your butt off to get to where you are, and then you let everything go that you ever worked to get to, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really hard to see those situations too.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you see it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, people have the tools and they just don't apply themselves.
Yeah.
But you need that passion, that drive. Absolutely. All right, so we're impressed with your, baseball career, but we're even more impressed with everything that you do now. After the break, we're gonna take a quick break, and after the break, we're gonna try to catch up with Gordy, see what he's into, see what he's working on. We'll try to keep up. All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll be back.
What's up? It's Gordon Gronk. We're doing a U pre-launch right here at the Grand with Bar Groove. We're going to be doing the craziest trampoline bounce class with some incredible people today. I can't wait till you guys come and check this out.
All right, welcome back. Born for Greatness, a Rev'd podcast. We're here with Gordon Gronkowski. Gordy, we're going to break things up a bit, okay? So we got a little game, fun game, simple, easy game, all right? It's called Greatness or Fakeness.
Greatness or Fakeness.
Greatness or Fakeness. All right, so Alyssa's going to name something. Greatness, you love it. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Fakeness, not so much. All right? Really simple.
Yeah,
all
it
right?
seems simple.
Easy,
We'll find
easy.
out. We'll find out if it's simple enough or not.
Alyssa,
You don't need to overthink it.
All
Just
right, I
first
won't.
thing that comes to mind. Greatness or fakeness? Matching sweatpants and sweatshirt sets.
Greatness.
Do you have any?
Yeah, that's what I wear to the club.
I love it.
I don't dress up.
just had
I think
the
I did that
best-
last night.
The best
The
vision
sweatpants.
of that.
Yeah.
You gotta be. You
Well,
gotta
see,
be like.
I don't feel I could wear that as a woman. I'd probably get kicked out.
Well, you gotta
Yeah.
be Gordon Gronkowski
Right.
to get
Very
in with the
true.
sweatpants and
So when we go
I
to
wore
the
that
club,
out last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're calling you. We're calling you.
So to me, like, we're into fitness, we're athletes. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm comfortable wearing
Well,
to
yeah.
look athletic.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna wear like jeans or like khakis
Oh, yeah.
and a collar
Right.
shirt?
It's comfortable, but it's not always comfortable for the staff letting you in. there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're Gordon Gronkowski,
Right. So I'm going to the club with you next time.
Yeah.
Let's do
In
it.
my
yeah.
sweatpants.
We'll get
All right.
away.
Number 2, the Super Bowl.
Greatness.
Okay.
I was like, I didn't know. I thought there was more to the question.
No, that's it. That's it. That was perfect answer. Number 3, spin class. Answer carefully.
With Alyssa or
Yeah.
without her?
Either way.
With Alyssa, complete greatness.
Great.
Over the top.
Oh.
How can you not?
Thank you.
Your classes are amazing.
Thank you so much.
I only can do one because I get smoked every time I'm in your class.
I didn't tell him to say that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That means I'm burning calories, feeling amazing.
Yeah.
That's what spin is for.
And having fun with that music she's got. That playlist
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
on
you know
fire.
that's
As well, yeah.
tell Clyde. Hype me
I've
up.
I
heard
just
it.
did.
She don't ever want to send me any songs though, Gronk. Never.
Next
Sorry.
up, journaling.
Fakeness.
Really?
Journaling? What do you mean?
Like-
Hey, do I look like a journalist?
No.
Is anyone that
I don't know. We were talking about earlier manifestation and writing down goals. I don't know if that was something you did.
I mean, that's more like just put a list next to you of your
Sure.
goals and make sure that, you're on track all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, so I did that just literally to think of every person who doubted me. And I still keep that in the back of my head, but I just use that as motivation. And I think a lot of people should do that too.
That's I learned something from you earlier. That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Even in the morning, even just like whether it's sports, whether it's business, whatever it is, to make sure you get the best out of your day, put
Yeah.
something next to your bed that you want to see that motivates you to help, others like be inspired, or that's
love
what I
that.
like. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. The 182 game Major League Baseball schedule.
Fakeness.
Too many games.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the biggest challenge in the minor leagues, 152 games in 164 days. Those 12 days off for bus trips,
Mm.
Did you do any? You guys used to play doubleheaders?
Yeah,
Okay.
doubleheaders
Yeah.
on Sundays, yeah.
Yep. Jeez.
And the Friday night, you got the fireworks.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
But no, it's a lot. You can't, it's really hard to recover. I mean,
Yeah.
because you want to be at this field early to, get your mind right, to make sure you get the work in, especially if you're on the road. You want to know the way the ball bounces off the backstop or, behind you at first base or in the outfield. Like, you're trying to just learn little things just to have a little bit of an advantage that no one else has. That was
Yeah.
always the way I thought, so I was always out there early trying to get every little advantage I could. But it's like, you want to have fun too and be recovered. Like, that's when I always had the best time playing baseball,
Yeah.
so that's the biggest challenge. And then you have spring training, you have the playoffs, and we made the playoffs almost every year in the minor leagues. And then you have winter ball. And then if you have any type of injury, it is so like, you don't have fun playing the game that you want to play without that recovery.
Yeah.
But you want to know the best thing about it is, though, if you do have a bad game, you do get to play the game
Absolutely.
the next day.
Yeah.
That's the best, right?
Very true.
It's
So that's
true.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. In soccer, we're typically once a week. But whenever you lost, sometimes you'd have that midweek game. And whenever you lost and you had a midweek game, it was great. Because also in the locker room, when you lose a game, everyone's down. Everything's down. And the locker room just is a tough place to be when you're
Yeah.
losing. So the quicker you can start thinking about that next game, the better.
yeah, absolutely.
That's also a good life point. Move on.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. The last one, Sunday Fun Day.
Greatness.
Greatness.
How can you not love a good Sunday fun day?
What does it mean to you?
Well, it can mean a lot of different things. So during a football season, it means I get to usually be with my family on Sundays, which is really important to me. And I usually get to see all my brothers and then go to a football game. Obviously, I've been fortunate enough to be doing that with all four of my younger brothers for, I don't even know how many years now, since their college football games on Saturdays and NFL games on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still going through this season, at least one more year.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's always amazing. But I love when Sunday isn't football season. I do really love to take a Sunday to myself, to focus on, my body, my mind, and to kind of get ahead for my week. I always feel like that's really important because the way I set up my Sunday is going to be the way Monday starts, and I love to crush my weeks.
Yeah.
So I want to wake up Monday knowing kind of how my schedule is going to look like and what's going to, how it's going to flow, and just get at it. And, when I'm organized like that and balanced like that, I can do so much more, and I have so much more fun living life too.
Yeah. Does it ever blend together? So like like you say, you want to crush your weeks. You use Sunday to set the tone.
Yeah.
Really. So when do you are you really relaxed when you're trying to set the tone for Monday?
Well, it's not if a game's on Sunday.
Not football season.
Yeah,
Not football season.
Yeah, it just feels better. Like if I don't get a lot done on Sunday, I feel behind Monday,
Mhm.
and I just don't like that feeling, that anxiousness. Like I just want it to go smooth. I want all my work done ahead of time, because the whole thing is you don't know what else is going to pop up during the week.
Yeah.
You know, someone
So
might
true.
ask me to do a cool podcast with Rev'd, you know, like on a Thursday, and I'm going to say, yeah, but if my schedule, you know, if I didn't line it up right on, you know, Sunday, it's not going to work.
Yeah. If I'm not correct, I could be wrong. It took a little while to get you in here.
Yeah, it did.
You're here now. That's
So
all that
busy, yeah.
matters.
We got you in. We got
Yeah.
you in. Yeah. That's cool stuff. So, you know, you played professional sports, and playing sports in general, you know, we all know just how much you learn about yourself, about working with people. Obviously, it's been a gateway into business for you. Talk to us about a little bit of that transition from going from playing sports into business, basically.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the hardest transitions if you're an athlete. You know, going from what you're used to doing every day, the camaraderie of being a team, being around your teammates, to now not having, you know, that around you, to going into the business life. The transition's it's really difficult for most people, you know, because they're so used to doing something one way since being a kid, and now they don't know what to do. And I think, like, you know, that's where, like, I saw a lot of, like, players, like, in the minor leagues who would have probably been in the major leagues, who either they dropped out because they have family, or they had a great education already, or they just didn't want to work hard. I mean, so many different reasons, or injuries. So, like, I always planned it, like, if I got injured or something happened, I had to have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, most people, when you're young like that, you just don't think like that, you know, and it's not really, they just haven't been set up for success off the, you know, this playing field.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of it's unfortunate, because and a lot of people who do make it to the pros, it's like, how do you manage, you know, how do you manage the money you have made already? You know, and it's, you see a lot of these athletes, you know, they don't have anything anymore. They don't even know how to get back to it, or what happened to it all. Like, and that's where, you know, I think it's like, my brothers have been so amazing with every single penny they've made, you know, playing pro sports. They haven't actually spent a penny of it yet, which is insane to think that. But, you know, they use their platform to help get themselves farther ahead by using that platform. And it's hard to do that. It's like, where do you start? Or, you know, and that's where a lot of people get stuck. Mm-hmm. But you also have to know, like, you have to network, you know, I think too, you know, use what you set up to be successful already, to also use it in the business world.
Yeah.
But you can't just, like, sit back and think that things are going to happen if you're not doing anything.
Absolutely.
But the transitions, definitely, it's a tough transition. You know, especially because you love doing this your whole life. I don't know if you're really going to love doing what you're doing over here. So you better try to find something that you absolutely like doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's so tricky, because a lot of the messaging you hear, when you're working on something and doing something, so say like playing a professional sport, as soon as you have like a plan B, you already, that I feel like a lot of people will say that's you start to resort, you know, any sort of adversity, you start to think about plan B, and it kind of throws you off rather than just, you know, stay in the path. How did you manage that? How were you able to stay focused on the goal while having a plan B, really?
I mean, the goal obviously for me was always to make it to the major leagues once I was drafted. So that's my goal, you know, but I knew, like, because of the injuries I had in the past, that, hey, if something happens again, you know, I got to make sure that I'm prepped for the real world, you know, and you just have to, like, for me, I kind of knew what I liked doing, what I loved doing. I was fortunate enough that I was in the fitness space already, through the history of what our family company does. But I set myself up too, if something did happen, I knew what I wanted to do, you know, whether it was with my family company, whether if I wanted to go do something, you know, with ESPN or be a broadcaster, whatever that is, I really wanted to be in that fitness space. I love helping other people through health and fitness. That's what we kind of grew up on, and that's what helped me get to where I am today.
Yeah.
And I just know when people's minds are right and they feel better about their health and fitness, you know, they thank me all the time, like, the amount of people that we can help, you know, influence in a positive way. It's just so rewarding.
Yeah.
And through health and fitness, it's been my whole life. That's why I got to where I am today, because of my parents, you know, setting up fitness in our life So that's what I really wanted to get back when I was done playing sports.
So it's a real passion for you.
Yeah,
That's
it's always
awesome.
that's why it doesn't feel like real. It's like authentic, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. All right. So let's let the people know we're talking about fitness and business. What are you focused on now? What is business for Gordy?
wow, a lot of business. I probably have too much on my plate right now because I try doing everything.
That's good.
It's
hear it.
good and
Let's
it's
hear it.
bad, you know. The biggest thing that I'm focused on 24/7 is our family company, Gronk Fitness and G&G Fitness Equipment. Our father started one little fitness store 32 years ago, health and fitness, and we are the top 3 largest fitness companies in the United States now. We pretty much cover 11 states, all through the Northeast. So what that means is we have 13 stores. You come into our stores to buy treadmills, elliptical bikes, you know, for your home, and all the accessories, kettlebells, anything for your home. And then we have commercial reps in every city throughout those 11 states in the Northeast, that we design like gyms, hotels, colleges, NFL teams, high schools, and then we'll put all the equipment in. So we'll design it, we'll put the flooring in, we'll put the fitness equipment in, we'll deliver the equipment, and then we service the equipment. But our stuff's so good and our service is so amazing that, you know, you never have any problems when you're with Gronk Fitness, you know?
Wait, do a lot of other companies do that? Do they go in and design the whole thing and supply?
No, so that's the biggest challenge. Most don't do it from beginning to completion.
Yeah, right.
You know, like you can go online and you can order something off there. They're just going to ship it to you.
Okay.
You know, what we do is our team will actually come in, deliver it, you know, set it up, deliver it, install it, put it in there for you.
Yeah.
The last thing most people want to do is try, you know, putting together a treadmill or a gym, you know. So we're more of a one-stop shop for everything.
All right.
Yeah.
You do home gyms?
Absolutely. That's where our 13 stores are coming to play. You come in and you buy equipment for your home.
Love it. And you'll set it up?
Yeah.
All right. Liz, one day.
Yeah, this.
Anytime.
We
do everything. You think fitness, you think Gordy Gronk, right?
Yeah.
We need a little help in our home gym.
We got you.
The garage.
That's so awesome.
So what else? Okay, so you're the family business. What else you working on?
So that's our main focus. 4 years ago, this is Chris and Rob's company. We went on Shark Tank.
Okay.
With our ice shaker bottles.
Okay.
So that was one of the coolest experiences and most authentic like experiences ever. It was like, you know, most shows are scripted when my brothers do like kids shows and, you know, you have a good plan ahead of time. I mean, we had a plan what we were going in with, and our brother, Chris, our middle brother, he was the lead. It was his idea. He was like, listen, I'm just sick of having these plastic bottles. I come out of, you know, from the gym in Dallas. It's 100 degrees there and my shake tastes awful and I throw it out and then I throw the plastic bottle out. He's like, I'm just going to make something I like. And so he came up with the ice shaker bottle. He wanted something that's going to keep your drink cold for 32 hours, easy to carry around. It goes right into your cup holders. And it's a pop top. So you can just pop it and we have different tops on here, you know. So we went on Shark Tank. We did the funniest thing ever. We asked them to play us in Flip Cup. We thought that was a great way to, you know, start a drinking game.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. We took it down. You know, we beat all 5 sharks in Flip Cup.
Nice.
And then we did our pitch and we had 5 offers.
That's awesome.
And it was a really cool experience. I sat on Barbara's lap and gave her the ice shaker bottle that Chris made for me. And Barbara offered me $1 million and we didn't take the deal.
Did not take it.
No.
Wait, so
she goes, I give you $1 million just to hang out. And I was like, deal done. But it wasn't a real deal. They didn't even show that part on Shark Tank. But
what do you mean? So you said she offered $1 million for
yeah,
what?
she was kind of joking around, just to hang out.
Okay, just to hang out. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
I sat on her lap and she goes, you're so handsome.
But what happened with the shaker?
Oh, we got 5 offers. And then we signed with Mark Cuban and Alex Rodriguez.
Okay.
It's my favorite show.
Yeah, I didn't even
It's
know.
wild.
Oh, I
didn't
religiously every Friday. I love that show. Your episode was just on the other day.
That's the best thing about it. So it was the #1 episode in 2017. We all just shaved our heads here at Gillette for kids with cancer.
Yeah.
So we were all actually bald, so no one even recognizes who we are anyways.
I mean, I didn't know which brother was which brother.
Like the Blue Man Group.
Yeah. But it was an awesome event, and that's where we came up with the ice shaker bottle. But everything we do, like we think health and fitness. So this goes right along with, you know, Gronk Fitness and wellness and health, you know. And then our next project we're doing right now is View, and we're super pumped to launch our new on-the-go snacks and beverages with powder packs and with our new vitamin T that's going to be coming out in June. So, you know, everything we're thinking of is we can cross-promote with all our brands. And that's what's so awesome about it. It's like a natural fit.
Yeah.
So is this something we have to do? No, we probably don't need anything else on our plate, to be honest. But we're like, we want to change the world before we leave. So like, what can we do next that fits with health and wellness that we really enjoy? And we're always traveling. So we're like, we always want a snack and we always want to drink. And you can only drink so much water and eat so many almonds, like that's actually somewhat decent for you. So we're working on like, a couple other snacks right now too, behind the scenes that we haven't really, I don't want to get into too much detail yet because they're not out yet. And then we came out with like our powder packs, no sugar in them. It's 3 different lines. You have your daily vitamins for the day in the morning, and just a great way to flavor your water too, without having like sugar in it and just straight vitamins. And then we have our pre-pack, our energy pack before your workouts, and then our post and recovery hydrate. So after, this is exciting. This is our newest venture, but again, everything we're doing, like we can just plug it right in to what we already set up, throughout the years, and it's been a lot of work with everything. It always takes, a year or 2 to get things going. But when you get it going, that's when it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So Gordy, take us through this. So you come up with an idea, right? So say it's the shaker or the the supplements through the
vitamin
pack.
T's,
yeah. And so, what's the next step? You're obviously not at home building these things, or are you?
Well, the ideas are built at home, or maybe somewhere crazy. I might the idea might come when I'm riding with Alyssa at a Rev'd class. And
inspired.
Yeah.
So wait. So okay. So you have the idea. Yeah. What's the next step? Who do you take it to? What do you do with that idea?
So it's crazy because there's a lot of ideas and things that come across our table too from outsiders, and then there's also our ideas. So it just really depends. The way like this came about, for instance, with our with the on the go drinks and something better for the world is like we want to be we like I said, we wanted a better beverage, right? But now how's that going to be better for the environment? Well, we do aluminum bottles. How do you get the name of your beverage? Like how do you come up with View? Like we had so many different names, like Connect, Tempo, like as people, like what would fit our brand and like what we do. And there's so many things you can spin off of all these words. I mean, we had hundreds of different names out there, but then we look at it like what's simple, like View, like look at that view, or like spell it in a different language. Like I think what everyone can agree upon with our drink is like everyone's trying to have the best versions of themselves. And so what you put in your body is what your view is going to be.
Yeah.
So like it's all kind of thought out, and then what we'll do is we'll try to put better people around us to help get what we're thinking to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we did is I found 2 people that sit on our board from day one, once the idea came about. Now, how do we get this to the next step? Then how do we make it real? And then is this a real thing?
Yeah.
And so those are all the steps, and it just doesn't happen overnight. I mean, these projects take 2.5 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you want to speed it up quicker, you can get more people involved, but we try to do it for the most part on our own so we can learn each step of the way. But it also helps you appreciate like the back end stuff too.
Absolutely.
So when I bring members on and hire people, I really appreciate what they do because I just did all those steps,
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, building a team as well, right?
And that's the biggest thing. I have to have an awesome team to make things successful. If you don't have a team, you're nothing. No matter how great our products are, I lean on our team. I try to build the best team. I think a lot of our team members can agree upon that, that they really enjoy working with us. But also I enjoy working with them. I want great people around me that are going to be motivational, that are going to be positive, that, I don't have to sit here and, see what they're doing every second of the day. I just trust they're getting it done.
Yeah.
I don't want to micromanage. I just trust our team's doing it, and they have to trust me that I'm doing it,
Absolutely. That's, we're noticing a theme.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
So huge.
I mean, they say it, teamwork makes the dream work, but it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. I mean, and the 3 of us can attest that you learn a lot of that in sports,
Yes.
And there's nothing more powerful than having a group of people going after the same thing. Is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Cool.
It's the greatest feeling in the world.
So where do you see View in, let's say, 5 years?
I think this beverage, no joke, is going to change the world.
Yeah.
It's the first one coming out in June. No one's had it yet, but it's 10 of your essential vitamins. It's tea-based. We're right on trend. with what's coming out around health and fitness after what we just went through.
Yep.
People are looking for something that's inspirational. They want to be part. They want to be part of something.
Yeah.
That's different. And there's not a lot out there that really can, that you can really have right now that's actually really beneficial for the body.
Yeah.
When you actually look at the ingredients, that's where we're like, hey, we need to figure something out. Like, we don't have to do this. We actually need to do this. Like,
Yeah.
This is the last thing I really have to put on my plate, or we have to,
Yeah.
But it's also, we know we're right now 1 month away from doing something awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So we're really excited about the opportunity. And then, like I said before, it has to be good for the environment. And then we want to have a foundation behind it, So that's where we have the View Foundation. We also have the Gronk Nation Youth Foundation for kids too. You guys probably saw the donation we did recently here in Boston. But yeah, that's what we're trying to do too. We're trying to inspire kids and make them have a healthier and better lifestyle. Because again, what you put in your body is what their view is going to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so important too. Like I kind of was telling you a little bit before, I used to work with athletes, and my whole purpose with them was to help people understand that they have a greater purpose. And seeing all these different things that you're doing is really inspiring, because you could take, I have this household name, all, like you said, all 5 of your brothers plus your parents have been very successful. So instead of just taking that and using it for yourself, you're using it for other people. And I'm excited to see where View goes. I mean, I see the excitement in you, that I know that the authenticity is there. So
yeah. So it's hard to say where it's
pumped.
going to be in 5 years, but hopefully, we're in all the unique boutique places that really appreciate health and fitness and what we're doing. I mean, we don't expect it to be everywhere. There's a lot of places that our beverage is not going to fit. But we know where it should fit and where it's going to fit, and I think a lot of people are going to want to be part of this.
That's part of the journey too.
Yeah.
Gordy, where does all the belief come from? Just to hear you talk about the, View the way you do, and we know that is, I mean, that's key. That's where it starts, and you have to have that throughout the, to see it out, because there's gonna be tough moments. Where do you get that belief from?
Well, the belief is probably just throughout the years of like understanding where we're at now with like my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if when I was 20 years old, if I could really put this together,
Mm-hmm.
But when you see like all the things we've done and how we've been successful and the way things are changing, and a lot of it I learned from my brothers, like just like the injuries and the steps they've taken throughout college and the NFL, they had to make changes to their bodies, to their minds. And I'm like, wow, like it's crazy to see, like, when my brother Chris got injured, to then retiring to where he is today with Ice Shaker. And then that inspires me, to do something different and better and partner up, like, cause we all support each other in everything we do. And then, you see same thing with, Dan and Glenn, and then, all the things Rob has done, from plant-based to switching what's going in his body to changing his ideas and his views and his beliefs through the TB12 process. I mean, that stuff's real and it's powerful. And when you when you actually start doing it and you're seeing the results, you're like, okay, this stuff is serious. My mind's better. I feel younger than ever as I'm getting older. I have more energy than I ever had. And people are like, dude, what are you taking? I'm like, I don't take anything. I don't even drink coffee. Like, it's just fitness and eating right and just having balance. And then also finding the right people to work on your body in the right way, because that gets your mind triggered with your, with the rest of your body, and working together and in sync.
Absolutely.
And I learned, so that's where like the belief starts to come from, is I seen it happen firsthand with my brothers all making the changes. Otherwise they could have went the other way.
Yeah.
And a lot of athletes go the other way.
Yeah.
They're in pain already. They're in more pain because they don't take care of themselves. They don't put the right stuff in their bodies. They just let themselves go.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh my gosh, I have more headaches. I have more knee. Like, but are you really trying to get better also? Are you taking care of yourself? Health and fitness changes everything.
Yeah.
So so we can put a new product out there, on the go snack, that it's easier for people to just grab off the shelf and can change their view and help their body. They're going to feel 100 times better that day.
Yeah. So so you have the belief in the product.
Yeah.
What about the belief that it is going to change the world? The work that you're going to put into it to make it, come to life?
Yeah.
You know? Where does that
I mean, I think that's in the person.
Yeah.
I think that's why we step up to the plate to bring a product like that. The reason why I'm bringing a product out there is because I believe in it, just because of what it's done to my body and, you know, what we need out there. There's just nothing out there like it. So when you can make it, when you got the right product and you know it's going to change, I'm like jonesing to get this product out there, you know, because I just know it's going to change. People have tried what we already did and loved it. And then when you then bring the new product to a Whole Foods and some of the other big distributors and some big time players in the market, and they're like, don't change anything. Don't overthink it. Go to market with this. You can always change, you know, but that is like one of the best feelings in the world. Yeah. And that's where you get even more excited, is when you know you nailed it, but it's not out there yet. You're just getting so anxious to get it out there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So cool.
Yeah, it sure is. Sure is. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you for that. What advice do you have for people who may be looking, you know, for motivation and, you know, just trying to accomplish something in their life?
No, that's a great question. And I think I learned a lot probably my second year in the minor leagues, when my first year, I got hurt again. I swung, my back went out, and I was just thinking about it, and I was like, you know, you lose that connection with your team, and you're like, are they going to bring me back? Are they going to release me? Am I ever going to play again? Like, what's my next step? You know, and the thing is, you can't ever, what I would tell people is, you can't ever try to figure it out, you know, but you can control what you can control.
Yes.
You know, and you can control, like, I can control doing my rehab and getting my back right to live my life without like as much pain, if they don't bring me back to playing a sport, you know, or if they didn't bring me back. So like, control the controllables, you know. I don't know who they're going to play at first base that day, or, you know, what's going to happen in business, but I can control being prepared if something does happen, or, you know, I can work my butt off, you know, in rehab to get as healthy as I can be, to just go along with my life after baseball, you know? So I just think that's big advice for anyone. Like, try to block out that outside noise, and whatever does come in, find a way to use it as motivation as well.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Good advice. Great advice. High school Gordy.
High school Gordy. Yeah. Wow, that's like 18 years ago. Although it only feels like it was like 4 years ago. I feel like I'm still in college, like just after college, because I still go to the younger brother's football games. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still in like college.
What do you wish you could go back and tell high school Gordy?
If I could tell high school Gordy something, not to be jealous of his younger brothers, because he got bigger just later in his life, because I used to only be, my brother Dan was 6'6", like 230, and he used to get all the girls in my grade. So I was always a little jealous, but it motivated me to get in the gym, and then I actually grew 4 inches in college. So it's like,
goodness.
Yeah. So if I could go tell, I should have been like, oh, don't worry, you'll catch up, you know? You'll catch up.
So cool.
Yeah. That's funny.
But no, without them, I'm not where I am today either, because my brother Dan he was a stud. He went to Maryland, went 4 years in the NFL. He was the first one to actually go to the NFL before all our other brothers. And, you know, he just helped push me to be the person I was, because I saw the success he was having in the fitness center, you know, how he was getting bigger, quicker, training harder. And it's helpful to have, you know, little bros or older bros, you know. Like, I leaned on them, which sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. Like, maybe you don't like your younger brother, so then it's not helpful. But we got along really well, so it was helpful.
No, it's great to see, and great to see how you guys support each other.
Yeah, I think the other thing, I probably, you know, the hardest thing for me was like class, like reading, and I'd never been a big reader, and my mom always helped me. She would read to me at night, but I would fall asleep because I didn't, you know. Like, what did I just say? I was like, oh, I don't know. What's the Cliff Notes? You know, like, I need to know them for the test tomorrow. And she's like, you're always falling asleep. But I don't know. I wish I actually liked reading more, because I do, like, it's very beneficial. I would tell kids to read all the time, like, because it's only going to help with their life, you know, and ideas, and you stay sharper. But yeah, I wish, you know, if I went back, I wish I could, like, that would be one thing I wish I read more.
Yeah.
If you're talking business, like school wise, like, I tell kids to read as much as you can, because it's only going to help you out.
Yep. Yeah. You got a little bit of balance there.
Yeah. Keeps you sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. Biggest failure. We all know that, you know, successes are, the big success is hard to come by. And it's just not like a straight shot. So obviously there's been some failures along the way. What's your biggest failure?
Oh, I don't even know this is a crazy question.
It's crazy.
Biggest failure. Like the biggest
In your
one
eyes,
that I already had, or like
that you already had. Biggest failure. On your journey. Anything you tried didn't come off like you wanted it. Whatever.
I know, like, so as far as like one of my biggest like fears would be, but not failures, would ever like to let my brothers down on something, just because I think they look up. We all look up to each other too, that would, you never want to do anything that jeopardizes them looking up to you in a way that they don't want to look up to you anymore. That's always one of my biggest fears.
What's really interesting too is I heard a quote the other day that was, failure is just redirection. So I'm actually enjoying what you're saying, because you can't think of a failure. I'm sure there are things that have happened that have led you in different directions, but you're looking at it more as something that has just led you to where you are today.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good lesson too for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. All right. 5 years from now, where's Gordy?
I love Boston though. I know we want to have our View headquarters, or Gronk Fitness. It's just hard to say where it's going to go, because it can go so many different ways. Things could merge. All our businesses could. I just really don't know. I really enjoy Boston. I still see myself here. I just love the season still. I'm a Buffalo guy, so I do like the snow. I like snowboarding. I like being outside. But in 5 years, I would really like to own like a minor league baseball team.
Oh,
yeah,
love it.
And I think we can get there.
Yeah.
And then also
absolutely.
have our products in all those stadiums, because they're not going to be great for just the players, but our products are going to be great for everyone.
Hear it here first.
Yep. I'll be following.
Same.
You'll be at the games with me.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Yeah.
Then we'll put soccer games in there too, and Rev'd classes.
Yeah, let's
right
do
on
it.
the field.
Let's do it.
Hey, we're down. Then we'll go to the club in our matching sweatsuits.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
Backwards hat,
Synergy.
matching sweatsuit.
Yeah.
We have the View bottles with the glow in the dark tops.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unbelievable. See, we already planned it out. We'll see you in 5 years.
Yeah, Mike's gonna help us with the sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're set.
Oh yeah, we need a good pair of like
We're
glow in the
set.
dark, like flashy sneakers.
Ooh.
We can even wear a hoodie that glows. So they got the lights on the hoodies now.
Yeah, on the string.
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll get those.
like
I
it.
can picture
like-
this is happening.
yeah.
It's
I
definitely
picture it.
happening. I already see it
Manifesting.
happening.
Yeah.
All right, so let's. We got some rapid fire questions. All right, so quick questions. Alyssa's coming back at you. Short. Don't overthink it. Not Let's go rapid fire.
What's the question?
Alyssa.
You look scared, so I was giving you a second to process.
I don't know where they're going, so
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
like,
find out. Number 1, favorite sports moment of all time. First thing that comes to mind.
My brother's catch at the 1 yard line on his last Pats game.
It's a good one. Favorite movie that makes you laugh.
Hitch.
Oh, I
Hitch.
forgot all. That's a great
good one.
movie. Top baseball walkout song, either yours or someone else's.
Top baseball walkout song.
Or what was your walkout song? Did you
I'm
have
Not
one?
Afraid by Eminem.
Ooh.
So I wasn't scared to get in that batter's box.
Wait. Did you guys see on ESPN Instagram the parents changed the kids' walkout song
No.
to Whitney Houston?
Oh no!
I'm gonna send it to you guys after. It is hilarious.
Actually, you want to know something about that? That was actually our freshman initiation for kids.
To change their walkout song.
Yeah.
I
So
like
we
it,
would put like Britney
That's
on.
mean.
And then everyone lost it mid-game. But you know what? That's
No.
kind of cool, though.
yeah.
We put Britney on for them, and it's unbelievable. And
Love it.
That's incredible.
Yes.
There it is. All right.
give me that bat. Sign me back up.
Funniest thing that's happened to you recently?
Recently,
Funny or embarrassing, let's say.
these are all like good questions.
I know.
I don't know. I always think, so this is funny. So Amanda, who works with our team, and you know Amanda,
Love her.
every time I'm with her, she manages to spill something all over the place.
Oh.
And I just don't know ever since I brought her on. And then I started spilling things
Huh.
when I'm around her.
That's pretty funny.
So when that happens though, since it's so like, it's just like kind of, it's not really like anything crazy, but me and her just start dying laughing and we can't even speak. So to us, it's just something like kind of cute and silly, but it's like, it's hilarious because I started spilling stuff all over myself.
She rubbed off on you.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Actually, and you know what happened yesterday when I was, we were at the restaurant, the bottom of the glass water cup just fell off and it spilled everywhere. And
was she with you?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you told her about it.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
I had to take a video and send it to her.
Oh, okay. Next up, favorite post-workout snack.
I love protein shakes or a good acai bowl.
Ooh.
What's your favorite protein shake?
My favorite? Well, I mean, it's hard to say because you just throw so many things in there when I make it.
Okay, so you make it every time.
Yeah.
It's not like pre-protein.
Yeah. You ever go to like the convenience store or store? What's your favorite in the store?
I mean, I don't really get those ones.
No? Okay.
No, not the ones that are already like pre-made.
Yeah.
No, I just like making them at home.
All
Those still exist.
They do?
Yeah, they do.
They have some 40 gram.
A lot of sugar in them now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to make your own. You need
When
the
you're in a
spinach.
pinch.
You need the carrots. You need like,
When you're in a
you
pinch.
need the good stuff, you know?
No,
I
Clyde,
need more
we don't
sugar
like
bottles.
those.
We leave for the day and I got 3 classes. I need more. I know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right
But
there.
acai bowls, how can you go wrong with a good acai bowl?
Yeah, they're good.
No, they're so
They're
good. Okay, that's
They're
a
really
great
good, yeah.
answer.
Thank you.
What is the song that pumps you up the most right now?
Right now, I actually really like Lost Kings.
Mm.
They have some really good jams
Love
out there right now.
them.
All right.
Yeah.
Love
I think their
them.
whole album's awesome.
Yeah, they're
And I want to bring them up here for the summer so I can party rock with them.
in the club.
Yeah.
That's like a
Not
thing.
forget to invite me to that, please. Someone you've met that you were starstruck over.
That's actually like, I thought we kind of grew up in this, like, you know, just through sports. So I never really like been really starstruck. So there hasn't really been many people I met where I have actually been like, wow, this is crazy. Like, it just feels like natural is just another person to me.
Yeah.
But we also kind of grew up in that just through sports our whole life.
See.
So I haven't,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I haven't really got starstruck over anyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's why I asked,
Yeah.
because I was wondering that. And my dad was an anchorman, a reporter in Boston for a long time. So I always grew up thinking of celebrities as just other people.
Exactly.
So I was thinking of you guys and wondering if there's anybody that you would meet that would make you think that way.
No,
But-
if there's maybe ever anyone, and it's crazy because I'm like really good friends with his trainer.
Yeah.
Maybe LeBron.
Oh.
You know,
I think-
maybe, but that I don't even know. I just feel like I'm like it's just like
They're people.
People are homies.
Yeah, exactly.
I always just say what's up, and like I don't know. Like
yeah.
it's crazy now because like I never did we were talking about it earlier. I never really did the social media game until my brothers are having so much success with it, especially Chris in business. And I learned like, hey, if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it for fitness, you know? And so, you know, I learned like, I went back and looked and I'm like, all the times I hung out with, you know, Julian and his family, you know, and all the years he was playing with my brother. And when he retired, I just wanted to put a pickup now because, you know, who does, you got to put a pickup. You got one with Julian. He
You
retired,
got to.
you know, you got to get those likes up.
Yeah.
You know, got to get those comments.
Yeah.
Hashtags, throw them in there. So I looked everywhere. I'm like, I never took all the events we did, all the places we flew to. We never took a picture, like never had one.
Yeah. That
So,
makes sense.
I don't know. Just like if it happens kind of naturally and I'm in one with someone, but now I'm always like, yeah, I got to get one if I'm with someone. Just
Memory.
So,
Yeah. Social media is important.
Social is important.
We know how I feel about that. All right. Last one. What are you most looking forward to summer 2021?
Oh, this summer?
Yeah.
I just became partners with the Tall Ship on Eastie. So we're going to be running tons of fitness events there.
Awesome.
Right behind the Real House
Yep.
in East Boston. So we're going to do tons of fitness classes. It's going to open up in the next 2 weeks.
Awesome.
It's called the Tall Ship. So we pulled up a boat that holds 300 people and has 35 bedrooms. And then we have a platform that has a little concert stage, pop-up shops, food trucks. And then I just put a ton of turf in there for fitness classes, cabanas, and a pavilion. It's going to be the hottest part of the summer.
That's
It's
awesome.
coming to our spot there, the Tall Ship in East Boston. But I'm going to have all the view there.
Yeah, there
So
you
that's
go.
the biggest thing, is we're going to do our view launch party at the Tall Ship on July 23rd.
That's awesome.
So I better have you to this whole
I'm
group
writing it
here, you
down.
know?
Yeah.
We'll be there.
We'll
Yeah.
be checking the Rev'd email, waiting for an invite.
Well, let's just do a
Yeah.
class there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
let's talk.
We're
You
in.
don't think I thought
Let's
about
talk.
that?
We'll just carry the spin bikes.
We'll
you
get the
know?
bikes over there.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm
You
ready.
heard it. The big question. All right. Born for greatness. Gordy, I mean, you embody it. That's why we wanted to have you on the podcast.
Thank you.
Your belief, your will, your work ethic is it's like unmatched. I mean, I was telling these guys when I first met you, we spoke on that panel together, and I'm like, who's this guy? Gordy. He's got so much energy, and he's working on so many different things, and it's awesome to see. It's super inspiring.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks, bro.
yeah, and keep it going, man. But your definition of greatness, what is it?
That's a good one. You should have told me you're going to ask me this question,
I know,
so I could have thought
but
it
you're
out.
on the spot. It's too late now, bro.
My definition of greatness. I mean, for me, it's like it's for yourself to be the best you can be every day. And I think, for me personally, my definition would be like to help others achieve their dreams and goals. Like I like being the connector, and I actually, get more excited to see other people get to the top, especially people I bring on my team, who have so much talent. They're very powerful. They can be even more powerful, and I want to see them be more successful than me. And that's a lot of times why I bring them on, because they're such great people. And so it's like, how can I connect people to get to the top? Like inspiring other people to be the best,
Yeah, I like that.
That's kind of, that's just how I've been my whole life. And I love it. Like when I get someone to help someone else and they get to where they need to be, and you connect them like that, like, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
I started following this kid, a new hip hop artist. I wish I could remember his name, but he's kind of blowing up right now. Starts with a C. That's all I know, but I'll get the name after this. I got lost in his Instagram the other day, and he had this one post where he's talking, and he said the best thing you can do as a human is inspire other humans, basically. And that's the first time I had thought about it like that. And it's, I mean, it really is, if you think about it, to have, bring someone along and pick them up, pick up their spirits and
help them reach their dreams.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world.
Good stuff. We got to end on that.
Yeah, baby.
Good place to end. Good place to end. Yeah. Yeah. So Gordy, thank you, man.
Thanks for having me. Make sure you guys have your view drinks.
Yeah.
So you get an amazing view today.
I got a packet. Somebody gave me. I need more though, man.
Don't worry, we got you, baby.
So
that's just a powder pack. Wait till you have the 16-ounce view vitamin teas.
All right, let's do it. Gordy, thanks again, man.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks, Alyssa. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, sharing your story. And it's awesome. Awesome stuff. Thank you guys for joining us. Born for Greatness, a Rev'd podcast. We will see you next time. Later.
This podcast is brought to you by Rev'd Indoor Cycling, whose mission is to provide affordable and inclusive experiences for all to discover their greatest potential. For more information about Rev'd, please visit the website revdindoorcycling.com.